Hi, I'm Jenny Holvey. I'm here for another Hedgewitch ramble. I upload short videos to YouTube and just ramble on about any particular topic that happens to be on my mind at that moment in time. The lovely thing about YouTube being that you can, of course, start listening and think, oh my goodness, and turn it off. I think my partner wishes that he sometimes had that mute button or off button in reality. But anyway, for those of you who wish to listen further, today's ramble is about gratitude and being thankful. And this is not the type of thankfulness that is you must mind your P's and Q's, you must say thank you for everything. It's not that finger wagging, if you don't say thank you you're a rude, ungrateful person. It isn't that. It's just a talk, just my thoughts on why it's nice to show gratitude and to be thankful in our lives for the many blessings and the gifts that we're given. So in the same way that we be thankful for birthday presents, birthday cards, Christmas presents, that type of thing. It's also nice to show gratitude for other things in our lives. So that could be things as simple as just observing a beautiful sunset, or being able to find 5 minutes in a busy life to sit with a cup of tea and some silence around you, some stillness. And at the end of that, to just take a minute to say, gosh, thank you. I'm really grateful for that. Those few moments in time when I could step out of my busy life and find some solace, some silence before I step back into the fast-paced world again. And so by feeling gratitude, by saying thank you, we appreciate what the gifts and the blessings that are in our life. And it's always a really, I think, a really lovely thing to do. So by saying thank you, for showing gratitude for blessings, I mean, I suppose one of the simplest things that we all have know of is to say thank you for our food. So bless it, grace. When people say grace before they eat their meal, they say thank you for this food. And in these days, to be blessed with enough food to fill your belly is a thing to be treasured, a real thing to be grateful for. And so it is nice to sit and pause for a couple of minutes before you eat your food, or just a few seconds, and just look at your plate and say thank you. I feel really grateful that I've got this food on my plate, that I've been blessed with this food to nourish me. And that need only take a few seconds. And we all forget to do. I forget to do that. I don't do it every meal. I come home, or I come in the door, I cook my food, I sit down, I'm so hungry, I gobble it up, and then think, oh, I didn't say thank you. I didn't acknowledge where that food had come from. So, but when I do remember, and when I do think of it, and I do try to remember, is to sit and just think, actually, yes, thank you. And if you've got a bit longer before your food gets cold, just acknowledge, say thank you for the animal. If you're eating meat, the animal that's given its life, and that you're able to enjoy that food, that the gift of vegetables, of fruit. So who's grown that? The people that have grown that have bought it to the shop where you bought it. You might have grown it yourself. So say thank you to yourself for the hard work, and also to Mother Earth for providing us with this bounty, this harvest, this food that nourishes us and enables us to live our lives. So it's a really lovely thing just to say thank you for food. Although they say thank you at the start of the day. So when we wake up in the morning, we're blessed with a new day, a new start. Whatever happened yesterday, we can put that to one side. We can start again. We can start with a new attitude, or we can continue off with whatever we were doing the day before, but it is the start of a new day. So how nice to just say thank you for this new day that lies before me, and to feel grateful that you're able to enjoy this day that is before you, that you're able to step out onto this day, perhaps make your mark on the world, or not. It's something to feel blessed. It's a gift. And the same at the end of the day, to look back, and that day you may feel or perceive it as gone not terribly well, or maybe it's been a beautiful day, but either way there will have been some things in that day that enable you to feel grateful, that you can just look back over the day and say thank you for that day, thank you for the gift of the day that's gone before me. So just some occasions we can mark just by saying thankful, thank you, being grateful. And so how can we do that? How can we say thank you? How can we show appreciation beyond words? Because obviously the energy of words are powerful, they're beautiful. So when you say thank you for something and you say I'm really grateful, I really appreciate that, the power of those words is very strong. They can be as strong as any material gift. So if they're said with intention, if they're heartfelt, then the vibration of those words that travels out there into the world. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm happy for the gifts that I'm blessed with in my life. And so it is the intention behind those words that you use to convey your gratitude, your thanks. A gift, you know, bigger is not always better. So a handful of a bunch of hand-picked daisies can be as beautiful a gift to say thank you as a massive bouquet. No one is better, that each is equally beautiful. So that's what I'm trying to say. Of course a big bouquet is beautiful, but equally so a small bunch of daisies just picked with kindness in your heart, a wish to say thank you to someone, is equally as beautiful and as meaningful. So we can also make offerings. And the Native Americans, I've been reading a brilliant book at the moment by a lady called Robin Wall Kimmer. It's called Braiding Sweetgrass, and it is absolutely beautiful. She comes at life from a scientific perspective, but also she's a member of the Native American community, so she writes from that perspective too. And the book is full of, it's really caused me to think about this ramble and about reciprocating, about being grateful, about gifting, giving back to the world, to the earth. And so if she was sat, I'd really like to see her in person and say thank you so much for that beautiful book. So my intention there is to hopefully try and find a way of emailing her and just letting her know how her book has influenced me and the way I think now about life. So what can we do? The Native Americans often made an offering, perhaps a pinch of tobacco, so we carry a small pouch of tobacco with them. And if they wanted to give thanks for a gift from either a gift from the earth or a gift from someone else, perhaps make a small offering of tobacco, they would sprinkle that on the earth. And you may think that seems a bit of an odd gift to give. What does that do? What purpose does that serve? But it is the intention. It's the intention of, look, I recognize that you have given to me. I want to give something to you. And so this thing that is of value to me, I am now offering to you. And so they would do that. So when I say make an offering, it isn't that you have to go out there and try and find some poor old lamb to sacrifice on an altar. It's an offering of something. And so ask, so what can I offer back? So if you have had a particularly lovely day, or you've been on a beautiful walk, or you've just observed something in the world that you feel blessed to have seen or to have in your life, then it's a gift from the earth. You can say, what can I offer back? It can be very simple. So the other day I had spring into my mind, give me some cranberries. And I have some really lovely cranberries at the moment. They're beautifully juicy. I got them from an organic shop and they're just delicious. And I don't have that many. They're quite expensive. And so I thought, give me some cranberries. I will go and leave a little gift in my garden of just a few cranberries dotted around. And that says thank you. That's me saying thank you. These cranberries are something I really enjoyed, but I'm actually going to leave them on the earth for the creatures to enjoy in my garden. So that's my way of reciprocating. It also says thank you because I really appreciate my garden. I really appreciate the life, the flowers, the beauty of it, the creatures that come into it. So that was my way of saying thank you. That's my little offering, a little treat for visiting creatures. A penny left at the base of a tree, or a small bunch of flowers, again just a way of saying thank you. It's another way we can do this of saying thank you to the earth, to the world, is perhaps to stand out in the open and to turn to face each direction in turn, and just to say thank you. I'm grateful for the abundance, the things in my life, the blessings in my life, and say it to each direction, to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. And as you say those words, don't just mumble them, but really say them and feel them flowing out there into each direction, just with the intention that they spread out. That vibration of gratitude, just feel as though the vibration and energy of those words is spreading out to all four corners of the earth in every direction. Is another lovely way to perhaps start a day or end a day. That I find that is a really lovely way. I go and stand at the top of a field. I'm really fortunate to live beside a field. I feel extremely blessed that I can do this, to go and stand at the top of that field and to just say thank you for the day, thank you for everything, and just say that and feel as though those words are flowing out over the field and moving out in all directions, and it is a lovely feeling. But equally, that can be done from anywhere, wherever you are. That vibration of those words will carry outwards, and I'm sure be acknowledged by Mother Earth. And this is all very well, but we find it easy to do this when life is good and we can find lots to be grateful for. So we've just had a fabulous holiday, or we've just had an amazing day and got the ideal job that we wanted, or we've had a bonus, or we've won something, or we've had a particularly joyful day with our family and we're feeling really happy and healthy. It's really easy to go out there and say thank you so much for my health, for the wealth in my life, for the abundance in my life, and to feel really good about saying it. Obviously, it can be much more challenging when things aren't feeling so good. So perhaps we're not feeling well, or our physical body is ailing in some way, or emotionally, mentally, maybe we're feeling really under par, or we're suffering. It can be really challenging to try and find a way of acknowledging some sort of blessing in your life. You may not feel like going outside and looking for the pretty daisy that's going through the crack in the patio, just so you can acknowledge it and say, well, there is something beautiful to you. You might think, oh, no, it's another weed, that's something else I've got to hoe. It can be really hard. But if you can just find one thing that you can say, I'm really, really grateful for this. Yes, I have got some blessings in my life. So then at least, yes, say thank you for that small thing, in whatever way you like. So the other thing I got to thinking about was not just saying thank you for the gift, thank you for the blessing, thank you for a lovely day, but also thank you too, because to me the words for and to are different. To say thank you for something implies that it's become yours somehow. So if somebody gives you a birthday present and you phone them up and say, thank you for that birthday present, it was lovely, it's beautiful, thank you for that. That is something they've given to you. To say thank you to something or somebody is to acknowledge that they are granting you the gift of them, of their presence in your life. That's how I like to think of it. So I also like to say thank you to the trees, to the earth. Thank you to whatever the creatures, the animals, whatever I want to say, to the fields, to Mother Earth herself. So I'm saying thank you to them and acknowledging that they are actually living free spirits and that they are also animate, and I'm thanking them for their presence in my life. I'm not saying thank you for them, you're mine, thank you for that tree. I'm actually saying thank you to that tree. So to me, that makes a difference to my gratitude, to the way I'm saying, I'm expressing that thanks. So you could try that next time you do this. Try saying thank you for the tree I'm looking at, or you could say thank you to the tree. Thank you, tree. Thank you for your presence, and see you're actually exchanging with the tree. And I think that's it does alter, I think it alters my way of saying thank you, and the way I feel about it, just that different expression. So it's all, I think it's good to reciprocate. I think it's lovely. We can do it, as I say, in many different ways. Give something back, pick up some litter. You don't have to go around with a great big sack in your bag and make some huge gesture. And obviously those are wonderful. If you have the time and you have the energy and you're able to make a large gesture, be that financial or a gift of time, then that of course is a beautiful thing to do. But for many people who don't have that time, have that energy, have that wherewithal to do that, then a very small thing, so just picking up the plastic bottle you see on the street on your walk and then putting it in the bin when you get home, or the next bin you see, if you know, that's one way of saying, actually, I'm going to pick up that piece of litter, I'm going to reciprocate. You know, I like to live in a clean world. I'm grateful to Mother Earth, and I want to just reciprocate in this small way. So just hold the intention of saying thank you as you do that. It really doesn't have to be huge. Small gestures are really lovely too. Another thing you can gift is time. Time is so precious. We all know that. So sometimes how beautiful to sit outside, or if it's horrible and miserable, you can still sit inside and do this, is to do absolutely nothing. Just sit for as little or as long as you like. So this needn't take long if time is very short for you, but as little or as long as you like, just sit. Nothing else to do. You're not meditating, you're not setting the intention of having to do something or get a particular result from this. It's just sitting, and it's acknowledging the environment around you. It's being grateful for the environment around you, for those things that are there, but also that you have the time to do this. So just to sit in quiet appreciation of what is around you is and the things in your life. So you're just slowing down, and you're not giving a material gift, but you're actually saying, I'm so grateful, I'm going to stop for 2 minutes and I'm going to show that I'm grateful. I'm just going to express that I'm grateful. And so you're gifting your time, which is, we know, is a precious thing, and that will be appreciated. That will be appreciated by Mother Earth, by whoever you're saying thank you to. So are we perfect? Do we do this all the time? No, none of us do. My favorite saying at the moment is, it's perfect to be imperfect. It really is. We can't be perfect. We can't sit down every meal and say thank you. We can't end every day, or we don't end every day and say thank you. We can try, but it doesn't always happen. So it's not striving to be some perfect, pious, grateful human being, but it's to set the intention that actually I am going to reciprocate in some way, because my life is blessed with things, where I live, the fact that I can enjoy a meal at the end of the day, that I can enjoy food, that I can have friends in my life, or family, or children, or whatever you can, and that we have beautiful Mother Nature all around us, Mother Earth, and the gifts that she gives us. So it's just to say thank you for those blessings. Other witchy ways, of course, take a capful of wine down the garden and a little handful of cake, a really lovely gift to the fairies and the other deities and little spiritual beings that may live nearby. That's a favourite one to do, just I'm sure they'll appreciate that. And you always think, oh, where's it gone? You know, they haven't really drunk that wine, have they? Or they haven't really eaten that cake. That was the blackbird this morning. But what we like to think they do is absorb the essence. It's the essence of that, the energy of that they're absorbing, and they know that you are thinking of them. So that's my ramble for today. How to perhaps be a little bit grateful for what's in our lives, and some different thoughts and ideas on expressing that gratitude. And yes, I give it a go. And if you haven't switched off already, thank you for sitting with me till the end. This is the end of this Hedgewitch ramble, and I hope to speak to you all again soon. Goodbye.